Okay, so I plug in 1, so I have 1/3 minus 4 plus 16, and then when I plug in 0, there is x cubed over 3 minus 8x squared over 2 plus 16x. When I plug in 1, I get this. When I plug in 0, everything is gone, minus 9 from here. So 16 minus 13 is 3, so 1/3 plus 3, and I got 10/3, and that's dollars. Or if you want 3.333. Any questions on how we got the 3.333? So when we pay $9 for this product, we are really paying for a value of extra of $3.33. So it's not really $9. We're getting some extra, and the extra is the $3. So we're paying 9, but we're really getting a product, or if you want, goods in value of 9 plus $3. Okay, so let's see what happens with the producer surplus. Let's see what they're getting. So the producer surplus is 9 minus the integral from 0 to 1 x squared plus 2x plus 6 dx. I don't need it anymore. So this is 9 minus. Careful with parentheses now. X cubed over 3 plus 2x squared over 2 plus 6x from 0 to 1. So this is 9 minus. When I plug in 0, eventually everything will be 0, so I only plug in 1. 1/3 plus 1 plus 6. So this is 9 minus 1/3 and minus 7. So this is 2 minus 1/3. So 6 minus 1 is 5/3. And this is how much? 1.66. So they are selling us this product for $9, but it really costs them 1.66 less. We shouldn't be paying $9, but that's their surplus. That's their quantity they get from selling this product to us. They're selling it for $9, but they should really sell it to us for $9 minus 1.66. They pocket this. But on the other hand, we're paying $9 for something that should cost 12.33. So that's the idea of consumer surplus and producer surplus. Please choose another or directly to a word problem. Do we want to look at any other problem from 1 through 14?
We do 9 or 10.
9 or 10, please choose any. Does it? 9 it is. 9. So we have d of x, 7 minus x, for the interval 0 to 7. Okay, perfect. And they also give us S of x, demand and supply. This is for consumer, this is for producer. To the square root of x plus 1. And that's it. So the same question. They want us to determine the equilibrium point, yada, 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 and find the consumer, what we're really getting in addition to what we pay for, and what they are getting in addition to what they are selling to us. So the part A has to be, we have to set them equal to each other, as you already mentioned. So this is going to be a radical equation. How do we solve a radical equation? Anyone remembers?
divide by 2 first?
I would have if this were like 14 and this would be negative 2x. I don't want to square fractions. Not because I'm lazy, it's because I'm going to take care of that too in a different way. Easier. But very good point.
Then you can just change it to 1/2, I guess.
I don't want to do that. I want to square both sides because I'm applying the inverse operation. Remember when we solved exponential equations, we applied natural log. When we solve log equations, we apply the inverse function. The same thing here. When I have to solve, as you said, power 1/2, this is power 1/2, then I have to square both sides. And I also have to check the solutions. We had these equations a long time ago, almost 2.5 months ago. Can anyone give us the left-hand side? And how many terms do I have to write? Anyone? All my mugs are empty. I thought I brought some water here. Oh, okay, I have some. So how many terms do we have on the left-hand side? Perfect, and they are, I'll help, 49 minus 14x plus x squared. You're right, you wanted to write it the correct way. Yes, I completely agree. Yes, I completely agree. X squared minus 14x plus 49 is the same thing. Good. The right-hand side is 4 because I have to square this, and when I square this, what do I get?
X plus 1.
That's it. Good. I rearrange everything. X squared minus 14x plus 49. This is 4x moved to the other side. And this is 4, but moved to the other side. So this is x squared minus 18x and plus 45. I hope that this is factorable. 15 and 3, right? X minus 3 and x minus 15. Let's check. X squared. Negative 3x minus 15x, yes. Negative 3 times negative 15, yes. So I have two options as x equals 3 and x equals 15. They come with a big, big and many, many question marks. Why? Every time we square both sides, we may find solutions that are not solutions of the original problem. They are called extraneous solutions. They are possible. I'm not saying that any of these is extraneous. I'm just saying that it's possible. So that's why we have to go back and check. Every time we square both sides or cube, when we cube it really will work. But anyway, we say that every time we raise to a power both sides, we have to go back and check. Okay, so I'm going back to check. Not in this equation. This is not the original one. In this equation, that's the original one. That's where I have to go back and check. So, my page 7. So, 7 minus x equals to the square root of x plus 1. So when I plug in 3, I'll say, whoops. Oh, no, actually it's good. Because the left-hand side is 4, and the right-hand side is 4. So that's correct. So this is good. But let's try 15. With 15, I will say, whoops. Because 15 plus 1 is 16. The square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. But 7 minus 15 is negative 8. Not possible. Extraneous solution. So then I know that the equilibrium point is only 3, 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So the equilibrium point is 3, 4. So in other words, 3, 4 means 3 units sold for $4. Whatever the units are. We don't know, we don't care. At this point. Part B. They're asking us to find the consumer surplus and the producer surplus. So this is the integral minus 3 times 4, which is 12, which is the area. But this is 12 minus the integral dx. Of course, from 0 to 3, in both cases, no discussion there. But the first one, the consumer surplus, uses the consumer function. And the producer surplus uses the producer function. Once we perform these calculations, we have the consumer surplus and the producer surplus. So let's start with the first one. Any questions on setting it up? Any questions on determining any of this before I move on? I don't want to move on before asking you if you have questions. Anything? Anything? Any questions on setting it up? And always remember this little graph. So from the function minus the rectangle, and for the producer, the rectangle minus the area under the function. But different functions, of course, not the same. Okay, so let's determine the consumer surplus. So 7x minus x squared over 2 from z.
Professor.
Oh, yo. Thank you. Thank you. 0 to 3 minus 12. So I only need to plug in 3. I love that because when I plug in 0, it's 0. So 21 minus 9 halves and minus 12. 21 minus 12 is 9 minus 9 halves, and that's 9 halves, or $4.5. So what does this mean? It means that for 3 units we are paying $4, but we should actually pay 4.5 because we are getting some extras. They are giving us a little bit more, like 50 cents more. Not a lot, but we're getting something extra. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is 4.5. I'm sorry. We're getting 4 plus 4.5. That's the surplus. Part C. So the producer. So the producer surplus is 12 minus 2, the integral from 0 to 3 from the square root of x plus 1 dx. We don't know how to do this, but we do know substitution. So we're going to say let u be x plus 1. So du equals dx. Yay! I like that. So this is, I'm going to go to the next page. So that is (12 minus 2), the integral from, when x is 0, u is 1. Lower limit of integration is 1. When x is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. And this, very nice, is the square root of u. This is du. Perfect. So this is 12 minus 2. This is u to 1/2. U to 1/2 plus 1 over 1/2 plus 1 from 1 to 4. We continue to simplify. Don't plug in just yet. 12 minus 2. This is 3/2, but I have to change it into 2/3. And times u to 3/2 from 1 to 4. So 12 minus 4/3. And now I plug in 4. 4 to 3/2 minus 1. So then 12 minus 4/3. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 to the 3rd is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So 12 minus 28 divided by 3. The least common denominator is 3. 36 minus 28 is 8/3. Again, this is 2 667. Any questions?
Like, does it make a difference? So, like, you know how it's like 12 minus 2, if we would put 10, and then, like, can you solving it? Like, is there a significant reason that, like, 12 minus 2 the whole time until the end?
Because this is multiplication.
Multiply first.
I have to multiply. This has to be done first. I cannot perform the subtraction,
Oh, okay. Got it.
right? So first the product has to be completed all the way, and then I can address this. Because this is multiplication. Very good. So back to the problem, where was it? So they are charging us $4 for these 3 units, but they should charge us 2.667 less than $4. They're getting their extra. This is their benefit. We're paying 4, but we should pay 4 minus that. But that's their surplus. Okay, so let's look at a word problem. So, and the only one that I see in the book is number 16, and then hopefully we can continue with 5.7. Okay, let me start a new video.